Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Jordan Hetrick here. And in today's video, I'm going to do a comparison for you guys between the GoPro HERO 13 Black and the GoPro HERO 12 Black. If you're thinking of upgrading, I want to help you decide if the GoPro HERO 13 Black is going to be a good upgrade for you, or if you're in the market for a new action camera, which of these cameras is going to be better for you. So let's go side by side and check out the GoPro HERO 13 versus the HERO 12. Also, as you're watching these side by side comparisons, I'll put all of the HERO 13 videos on the left and all of the HERO 12 videos will be on the right, just to make it easier for you guys. First and foremost, let's just take a look at the footage that you're going to capture using either of these cameras, because really that's the most important thing, is how is that footage going to look. I also want to say thanks to Autorama for sponsoring this video so that I can show you guys which camera might be best for you. If you do decide to buy either of these cameras, or any other camera gear for that matter, be sure to check out the link in the video description below to go get your gear through Autorama. First, I'm just going to show you the things that are the same between these two cameras so you can see a side-by-side comparison to see if you notice any differences in the look of the footage. Both cameras use the same sensor and the same processing chip. The highest resolution you're going to get on either of these cameras is 5.3K, which is a really nice high-resolution video, and you can record that at 60 frames per second, which is going to allow you to play your videos back in slow motion. If you want to play your footage back in even slower motion, you can record in 4K at 120 frames per second, and you can see an example of that footage right here. And if you need that super slow motion footage, they both offer 2.7K at 240 frames per second. So you can see that's nice, smooth, slow motion. They also have the same aspect ratio, which is the shape of the video. And on the GoPro HERO 12 and the GoPro HERO 13, there's an 8:7 aspect ratio, which is a nice tall frame. This works really well for capturing those POV shots, but this is the same between both of the cameras. Another feature that I was hoping for an improvement in is the low light footage on the HERO 13, but you can see here the low light footage looks virtually the same between the two cameras. So there's no real change there. Both videos have HyperSmooth 6.0, which is amazing stabilization, and there's no difference between the two cameras, but the stabilization is so good that they really didn't need to improve upon that. Both cameras have the same modes throughout the camera, such as the night effects, light painting, vehicle lights, for example, and they both take photos at 27 megapixel resolution. So you've got a nice big photo file to work with, but there's not really any difference between the two cameras. So you might be wondering what is new on the HERO 13, and here are some of the differences that the HERO 13 has that the GoPro HERO 12 does not have. The HERO 13 has a burst video mode, which allows you to take super slow motion shots just for a short burst of video. In burst mode on the GoPro HERO 13, you can record 5.3K video at 120 frames per second, but you can only do it for 5 seconds. So you can get a quick burst of that super slow motion video in high resolution. This will work really great when you want that high resolution slow motion for certain things, such as wave shots, for example, or if you want to time a jump or a flip or something, that might come in handy. It's also available in some lower resolutions. When you do play those videos back in slow motion, obviously the clip's going to take a lot longer to play back because you're playing it back in slow motion. I know a lot of you complained about the HDR that was available on the HERO 12. So if HDR video is very important to you, they added HLG video to the HERO 13 Black. This is really only going to make a difference if you're watching your videos back on an HDR screen, but for those of you who want it, it's there on the HERO 13. Also, a lot of you asked for this and GoPro finally listened. They added GPS back into the HERO 13. The HERO 12 does not have GPS built in, so if you want those overlay videos and those stats for your speeds and stuff, the HERO 13 has that. So if that's a big deal to you, the HERO 13 definitely has an advantage there. GoPro also added enhanced audio for the HERO 13, and they added a new voice priority setting, so it's supposed to enhance your voice. And I'll just show you what it sounds like when you use that setting on the HERO 13. Hey guys, this is the audio from the GoPro HERO 12 Black with wind reduction set to auto. And this is the audio coming out of the GoPro HERO 13 Black with that new voice tuning setting. So I'm curious to see how much that's going to raise my voice here and make it more clear. Wind reduction is also set to auto on the HERO 13. Now let's take a look at the different accessories available for the GoPro HERO 12 and 13, because these accessories are really going to allow you to do more with your camera. Both the HERO 12 and the HERO 13 side by side are exactly the same size, which is really nice. So all of the accessories from the HERO 12 are compatible with the HERO 13, except for the batteries. We'll talk about that in just a minute. However, most of the accessories that are available for the HERO 13 are not compatible with the HERO 12, just because of these small little differences. But let's take a look at those accessories now. And as you watch this, really think about if these accessories are going to make a huge difference for you and how you film and the footage that you create, because these are really one of the bigger advantages of choosing the Hero 13 over the Hero 12. The potential of what you can create with either of these cameras is huge. They're really both great cameras, and I do have a book for either of the cameras you choose to go with that's going to be super helpful for you to really tap into all of these features and all the potential. The first accessory that I want to show you guys that's going to be really convenient for a lot of you is the new magnetic mounting accessory. The Hero 13 still has the same mounting fingers as the Hero 12, but you can also add this new magnetic mounting, and you can just switch your camera between these mounts without having to undo the thumb screw like you guys are familiar with. Of course, you have to buy a separate one of these little magnetic mounts for every time you want to switch it, otherwise it's not really going to serve any benefit. But if you have two of them, it's going to be really helpful to switch between those mounting locations. Next is one of the biggest features that they're marketing, and this is the HB series lenses. So GoPro came out with a series of different lenses that you can put on the front of your Hero 13. Some of these are similar to what you have on the Hero 12, and some of them are different. So I'm just going to go through all of them and show you what they are. And also on the Hero 13, there's a smart sensor. So when you put these lenses on the Hero 13, it's automatically going to detect when that lens is on there. Whereas on the Hero 12, you had to go and change the settings manually. The first lens I want to show you is the Ultra lens, which is basically the same as the Max Lens Mod 2.0 on the Hero 12. It's essentially the same lens. They just renamed some of the digital lenses. And of course, it's going to be auto-detected when you put it on the Hero 13. So you won't have to go in and change the setting to tell the camera that you have that ultra wide lens mod on there. But you can also use the Max Lens Mod 2.0 on the Hero 13 as well. That just won't be auto-detected when you put it on. Now both of these lenses are super wide angle. They're quite fisheye. I do have a review on the Max Lens Mod 2.0 from when the Hero 12 came out. You can check that out if you want to see more if that lens is going to work for you. But if you don't like the fisheye look, that lens is not going to be good. If you do, and you want those POV shots, you might want to check it out. The next lens I want to show you is pretty exciting actually, and that's a macro lens that fits on the front of the Hero 13. So a macro lens is able to focus much closer than the standard lens on the GoPro. It allows you to focus up to 4 times closer. So this is something like my wife would be really interested in. She likes to shoot macro flowers, and she can get up close to those, and now it's going to be in focus. What's great about this macro lens is a lot of times, like if you add filters on the Hero 12 for macro shots, anything in the distance is not going to be in focus. However, with this macro lens for the Hero 13, there is a focus ring here, so you can adjust the focus for that super close focus or for a far off focus. So it's a little bit more versatile than a traditional macro filter that you're going to place on the Hero 12. Although those are much cheaper if you just want to stack those on top of the lens of the Hero 12. The third lens is called an anamorphic lens. And there's already been some lenses available that you could add on from third parties for the Hero 12, but GoPro has now made their own. This lens will allow you to record either 16:9 widescreen or a more cinematic 21:9 aspect ratio, like you would see in a movie. One of the biggest benefits of this lens actually is going to be those like lens effects that you get when you use an anamorphic lens. It's going to look really cinematic. This lens is going to be more helpful for somebody in Hollywood, for example, that's trying to match their GoPro footage with their other cameras. However, if you want to try to go for that cinematic look, this might be interesting to you, but it's not available straight out of the gates here. So I'll put a link in the video description. If it's available, you can check out the link there to it. And the third set of lenses are ND filters, which have already been available for the GoPro Hero 12. Polar Pro made some great ones, but now GoPro's got their own. And these just allow you to create more motion blur in your shots. A lot of times this is tricky for people because it actually will result in shaky videos or not very good looking videos. But one of the nice new smart features on the Hero 13 is when you attach these, there's a smart sensor and it's going to tell you if there's enough light for the ND filter you're using. When you're using these ND filters with the Hero 13, there are some really nice settings available, such as the motion blur and shutter settings that have some auto settings, which will actually allow you to get really nice results using these ND filters, since they are kind of tricky to work with. So that's definitely a big benefit as you start to film with the Hero 13 using these filters. If you are enjoying this comparison of the Hero 12 versus 13 so far, please give it a like. It really does help this video get shown to other people who are interested in these cameras just like you. Now I want to take a look at a comparison between how the Hero 12 and the Hero 13 actually work. Because I've heard from a lot of you guys, you've had problems with overheating and battery life. So I want to check out some of those essentials to show you if there's an improvement in the Hero 13. On the Hero 13, you can see here on the front of the camera, they've added a heat sink. And that's just to allow some of the heat to escape from the camera. So what kind of effects has that had on the overheating? Surprisingly, not as much as you'd expect, but there is some difference. For example, according to GoPro's testing, the GoPro Hero 12 can run for 41 minutes in an environment with no airflow, and that's at 4K at 60 frames per second. When you're using the Hero 13, it can go for 52 minutes. So you've got about 11 minutes longer before that camera overheats. And that's in the worst case scenario when your camera's just sitting in an environment without any airflow. When I'm using my camera outdoors with some airflow, I never have these cameras overheat, but it really depends how much you've been affected by overheating with the way that you film. Another issue that people have had with their GoPros is battery life, and GoPro's added a larger battery on the Hero 13. However, the problem with this is the battery's not backwards compatible. So if you have a bunch of batteries for the Hero 12, Hero 11, or Hero 10, those are not going to be able to be used in the Hero 13. So you'll have to get some new batteries. Now I'm a little bit disappointed in the amount that the battery life has increased due to that larger battery. For example, if you're recording in 4K at 60 frames per second, the Hero 12 will record for about 81 minutes, whereas the Hero 13 will record for about 87.8 minutes according to GoPro's testing, which is only about 6 to 7 minutes longer over that whole runtime. So it's not a huge increase there. If battery life is the main reason that you would upgrade, I wouldn't really say that this is worth it. Obviously, if you're just starting out with a fresh camera, the Hero 13 is going to be a better option with the increased battery life. As far as price goes, the Hero 13 costs about $399, whereas the Hero 12 now costs about $349, although I have seen it on sale down to $299. However, if you're going to buy all those accessories for the Hero 13, it's going to cost you close to $1,000 to get all those accessories because none of them are very cheap. So you might want to pick and choose which ones you decide to get. What are my final thoughts on which camera is better, the Hero 12 or the Hero 13? Whichever one of these cameras you buy, you're going to be really happy with it. GoPro cameras are really amazing, and these are the two of the best models you can buy. I always have a GoPro on me, and it's super easy to capture good shots using a GoPro. When you're choosing between these two models, just consider this. A lot of you guys asked for GPS and true HDR, so if those are a big deal for you, then the Hero 13 is the answer. If some of those accessories are really going to change your game, then go with the Hero 13. If you don't need the new lens mods and GPS and true HDR don't make a difference for you, then you probably could just go with the Hero 12 and you're going to save some money. I hope you found that helpful. There's a link in the video description below if you're going to go pick up either of those cameras. It really helps out this channel by buying through that link without any extra cost to you. And be sure to check out the book for either of these cameras. It's a great resource to have in your hand. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.